It has been a blistering evening of temperatures and performances in Budapest. There's one race to come, and it's the women's 4x1. Switzerland on the outside. Frey running the second men for them. Excellent athlete. An excellent quartet from Great Britain. No Dina Asher-Smith, the 200-metre champion from Doha, but they'll be anchored home by Daryl Neita. Great Britain, bronze medals in the last two Olympic Games. It's a good team. And it's an absolutely brilliant team from Jamaica, the Olympic champions. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, one of the all-time greats down the back straight. Sheree Right. It has been a blistering evening of temperatures and performances in Budapest. There's one race to come, and it's the women's 4x1. Switzerland on the outside. Frey running the second men for them. Excellent athlete.
अगर आप 2025 में बैठे हो और अगर आप YouTube चैनल नहीं स्टार्ट कर रहे हो तो मैं खुला बोलता हूँ, इस दुनिया में अगर बेवकूफों की लिस्ट होगी ना,
Second men for them, excellent athlete. Right. It has been a blistering evening of temperatures and performances in Budapest. There's one race to come, and it's the women's 4x1. Switzerland on the outside. Frey running the second men for them. Excellent athlete. An excellent quartet from Great Britain. No Dina Asher-Smith, the 200-metre champion from Doha, but they'll be anchored home by Daryl Neita. Great Britain, bronze medals in the last two Olympic Games. It's a good team. And it's an absolutely brilliant team from Jamaica, the Olympic champions. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, one of the all-time greats down the back straight. Shericka Jackson on the anchor leg, the fastest living woman on earth, over 200 metres. And they will need to fly because the defending champions have got four of the very, very best. Tamari Davis, TT Terry, Gabby Thomas, a brilliant, brilliant medal for her in the 200. And Sha'Carri Richardson, gold in the 100, bronze in the 200. This is also a tremendous team from Côte d'Ivoire. Muriel Ahouredem on the lead leg. Tarlou down the back straight against Fraser-Pryce. Wow. Gabai and Kone. Could they become the first African team to get a women's 4x1 medal? They've got a great chance.
In lane 4, Italy.
Italy go in 4. Kadari down the back straight. Watch that leg down the back straight. There'll be some absolutely monstrous performances. Pavesi brings them home. Italy in 4. Poland had a wobbly start, so they've got a yellow card. Hopefully that'll be an irrelevance. Oh, nicely rehearsed routine there. Svoboda anchors them on the right-hand side. No longer just a 60-meter runner who fades in the final 40. She's a regular sub-11 performer this year and would love to get down into those times with a flying start. Netherlands. Lieke Klaver on the back straight, Visser on the second bend, Sido on lead leg and Gia on anchor. That's a quality quartet from the Netherlands. They can't be ruled out of a medal. Germany on the inside. Watch for the fireworks round the second bend from Luckenkemper and Rebecca Haas anchoring them home. Dan, this is a thoroughly absorbing battle because United States are the defending champions, Jamaica are the Olympic champions, and both teams are absolutely stacked. Legends of the sport going toe-to-toe. Fraser-Price on the second leg for Jamaica. The Americans have got Gabby Thomas and Sha'Carri Richardson, and Côte d'Ivoire bidding for Africa's first medal. This is a truly compelling 4x1.
Well, it really is, and you have to go back to last year's World Championship. It was Abby Steiner on the second leg, and Twanisha Terry, she brought home the baton. She had a couple of steps on Shericka Jackson. Shericka Jackson just couldn't catch her. Jamaica's going to be out for redemption, but this is not the same U.S. team from last year. I think this is a better team, a U.S. team than last year. You put Sha'Carri Richardson and Gabby Thomas on this relay. Oh, goodness, this is a very good U.S. team.
Well, imagine the scenario of the 100-meter champion. There's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. She'll be on the back straight. So too will Marie-José Talu. Imagine the scenario of the 200-meter champion from Jamaica, Jackson, on anchor leg, side by side with Sha'Carri Richardson, the 100-meter champion for the United States. That would be some duel to the line. Here's hoping Jackson will believe this is going to be gold for the Olympic champions.
The Jamaicans look focused, serious. They weren't having a great time when they got introduced. You can see they are on a mission.
It's the kind of race that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand to attention. Gabby Thomas was mercurial in that 200 meters. Brilliant silver. Coming past the shoulder of Sha'Carri Richardson, who was in her lucky lane 9. She's not in lane 9 this time. She's in lane 6 on the anchor leg. Germany in 1, Netherlands 2, Poland 3, Italy 4, Côte d'Ivoire 5, bidding to become Africa's first nation on the podium in the women's 4x1. United States, the defending champions, in 6. Jamaica, the Olympic champions, in 7. Great Britain, medalists at the last 2 Olympic Games, in 8. Switzerland in lane 9. The curtain comes down on the penultimate night here in Budapest, and it could do so in spectacular fashion. This is the eagerly anticipated women's 4x100 meter World Championship final.
On your marks.
Hi, let me walk you through 5 automations that took my business to literally 6x. Automation 1, lead reply.
Set.
What a long hold and what a sense of anticipation. One of the all-time great relay lineups. United States have started quickly. Watch for Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce down the back straight. And Tarlou for Côte d'Ivoire. TT Terry flying round that bend. Oh, there's fallers there. I think it's the Ivory Coast. That's a huge shame for them. United States against Jamaica, side by side. The 100-meter champion against the 200-meter champion. Richardson, Jackson, she's closing, but not fast enough. It's gold for the Americans. Redemption. Redemption for the American team. Brilliant performance. Absolutely superb. They have done the double, and they've done it in spectacular style. They've rounded off the penultimate night exactly as they said they would. Richardson had too big a gap on Jackson. Great Britain, it looks like, have taken the bronze. Côte d'Ivoire's aspirations went crashing to the ground somewhere between the second and the third leg. Richardson had the gap, and she was not to be denied. A brilliant, brilliant brace of goals in the 4x1. She finishes as a two-time world champion. And how big a star is she going to be next year in the lead up to Paris?
And a championship record. Oh, this is the icing on the cake for Sha'Carri Richardson. But both the U.S. and the Jamaican team didn't have particularly great handoffs. It just was power versus power, pure speed against pure speed. Tamari Davis ran an outstanding first leg for the U.S. team, but she really ran up the backside of Twanisha Terry. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce didn't run it exceptionally well. Second leg for Jamaica. And that handoff from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce to Shashalee Forbes, that was not great. Gabby did a great job on that turn for the U.S. team, and it gave Sha'Carri Richardson just the edge she needed to bring home the U.S. team. 2 steps removed, Shericka Jackson was not going to run down the world champion in the 100 meters.
It was relatively close, but there was just too much to do for Shericka Jackson. Richardson's face was a picture of concentration. Beautiful high knee lift, floating down the track, not to be denied. A golden finish to a golden night for the Americans. Yes, she roars. Yes, we're on top again. They were smarting that Jackson beat them both in the 200 meters. Thomas was second, Richardson was third. But the 100-meter champion has the last say in what has been one of the greatest weeks of female sprinting our sport has ever seen.
Well, there was no early celebration for Sha'Carri Richardson. And look at the concentration. And this is when Sha'Carri Richardson runs her best. She gets out front just a little bit nice and relaxed. She's not bearing down. She's not trying to catch anybody. Doesn't feel any pressure to either side. But look at that celebration as soon as she hits the line. Everybody thought it might have been a fluke last season. They come back and do it again tonight.
How big a star is she going to be in America next year?
She's already a star, and what's amazing is I got a chance to see her in action live at the Texas Relays. There were young girls clamoring to get a look at Sha'Carri Richardson, and I think she's so focused on what she's doing, she needs to stop and have a look around. She's influencing all kinds. She's brought a lot of new viewership to track and field in the United States.
A championship record for a team who were not to be denied. The Americans won the 100, the Jamaicans won the 200, but it's the US who took an incredible gold in one of the most fascinating two-team relays we've been looking forward to in recent years. It was the Olympic champions against the defending champions. with both quartets absolutely loaded with legends. Two of the best lineups we've ever seen for a women's 4x1.
Well, there were some rumblings about the U.S. team not getting along during relay camps, but they came together tonight when it counted the most.
USA the champions, Jamaica the silver, Great Britain the bronze, Cote d'Ivoire didn't finish, and the Netherlands also suffered the same fate. But all eyes were on the top two teams who have delivered a wonderful, wonderful week of world-class sprinting.